Welcome to another episode. As you can see, I got a little excited, got a little anxious, so I started tearing it down. Not gonna lie, it's just what I thought. This little baby turbo's baby. I mean, it looks kind of funny, right? Like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the twins look like on there, but yeah, I'm gonna mock it up and make it work. See how I like it. Maybe we'll change it up in the future. I don't know, but yeah, for now, here we go. Get into it. All right, here's a first look at the new smaller twins, just kind of sitting there. I had to use this clamp here to hold the flange. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look as bad when there's two small ones versus the one T3, but obviously the T3 flanges need to be cut off, changed. I'm going to try and mate that up pipe to these turbos because I still really like that pipe, but yeah, it looks like once I clock this one, I could get like a new 2-inch to 1.5-inch coupler, and it should adapt pretty well. And same with that one. I still have a little real estate of aluminum in there, so I could just move this whole coupler forward and it might just attach with another 2-inch to 1.5, obviously. But yeah, there we go. First glimpse of that. Tell me what you guys think, yay or nay. Alright, so here's where we're ending off for the night. I got this crossover pipe out. Luckily I made it very nice and accessible with these V-bands. Here are the for those, yep, right there, those guys. So I need to cut the T3s off, put these little 3 bolts on there, and should be cooking. Add a nice little stickers so people can recognize when they enjoy the turbo setup. Alright, here I'm just kind of showing you my H-pipe that I made to hold the T3 turbos, mainly just for a little before and after. I'll be showing you a clip here in just a second of what it looks like now to accommodate the little 3-bolt flange. Alright, T3 flanges are gone. I know this doesn't look the prettiest, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This pipe was about 2-inch. The flange holes are 1.5, and I don't want to add any height, so yeah, I just made a bunch of slits, squeeze it together, and it's about 1.5. Not bad. So yeah, I'll just have to weld these up. I don't know, I may grind them smooth, maybe not, but yeah, I'm gonna reinstall this piece and kind of mock up the orientation of these. Put one of the little guys on there. I forgot my freaking C-clip for that compressor housing, or my C-clip pliers. See if we can do something about that, but yeah, moving right along. Naturally, something has to go wrong, right? Couldn't just be smooth. First flange. Okay. Everything's good. Looks good. First problem here. Let's see. Check out the bolts. How am I going to get those in once everything's welded? So I might have to put a little extension on this or something, or I don't know. To be determined. But another problem, since I got 6 of these turbos, I tried to mix match the best ones. I mixed and matched the housings. For instance, this housing here. So this was a twin turbo car, right? So one side, I don't remember if it's the front bank or rear bank, utilizes this, whereas the other bank, this is hard to do, but the intercooler piping like slides in to this. So it's different. I use two of these, and then the back housings are different. If I were to stand them up like so, see how like the oval whoop, whoop, goes up and down. God, this is hard to explain. I should have brought another housing with. Okay, let me turn you around here. So how this housing goes up at an angle like that. The other housing for whichever bank, front or rear, I don't remember, this oval sits like at an angle over here. So it's different. Naturally, I wanted everything the same rear housings, same front housings, so it looks better on the car. But yeah, the other issue I'm running into, which I'm gonna spin the camera around, this on this. So I think I'm realizing the flanges to the front and rear turbos are different. This is about as close as I can get this one. So line up the bottom hole. Just doesn't work. So let's see, line up this one. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to run the shorter housing. It's, I don't know, about there, and angled a little different to be able to run this flange. So all that other turbo stuff is actually at work, so I guess I'll bring this flange with me and check it out tomorrow. All right, check this out. These are tacked up. Yeah, flange is going. These are just kind of sitting in there right now. Got to get the oil feeds, oil drains going. So as I mentioned, the back housings, now that these are on, you can see the angle difference, how this guy is more straight up and that one's more angled to the left. Yeah, so that's cool, but it gives it the nice, like, this turbo over here is taller than this one, which is how I had the T3s, and it kind of follows the body line of the hood right here. So yeah, and it looks like I'll have enough room to get the bolts out. That bolt back there is about one thread in. It's still got some room to come out. So yeah, looks like these this pipe should work with new couplers, so that's exciting. Let's see. Yeah, working on oil fittings. Got the other turbos just kind of sitting on the ground over there, and yeah, just swapping parts and pieces over. So far it's working out okay. Alright, so here are the downpipes that I pull off the turbos. I was after these flanges here. I couldn't find them just separate. So I'm going to try and utilize these. I think the plan is to cut them somewhere right here and then mate those guys into the fronts of those. yeah, so next piece of the puzzle, get this exhaust sorted. I'm kind of waiting for a chance to go to the hardware store to find fittings for these oil feed lines. The elbows I used previously, that silver one, doesn't seem to fit in there, so just another thing I need to get going and get figured out. So here they are cut. Obviously still require a good amount of modification, but I don't have a whole lot else to go with, so we're gonna make it work. Alright, so the perks to having 6 of these turbos is you get parts and pieces. This was one of the feed lines that came off the turbos. Thinking I might utilize this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So this obviously screws into there because it was a feed line. So I was looking at this line here, if it'll focus, this line here, there you go, it's really close to this line. So if you didn't see my video with the oil feed lines, I used compression fittings and copper tubing. This is just a collar that pinches in between this and this other piece there. So going back to this here, that and that look really close in size. So heading over here, I have a few spare collars, brand new. Oh God. Come on, one-handed, there we go. Hey, check that out. It's the same exact size. So I might see if I can link this to this, and we'll have feed lines.